All right, welcome back to your examples for today for 11.2 day 1. So here we go, is your problem of the day. Let's get to the draw. I'm going to put a line down the middle, if it'll let me. Put a line down the middle. I got to solve for x, so I need to get x on one side. So I am going to get rid of the term, the constant near the variable. So we're going to get rid of any terms that does not have a variable on it, and we're going to move it to the right side. So that's a positive 8. If there is no sign there, you're going to assume it's a positive. So to make a zero pair with a positive 8, I have to do a negative 8, and those cancel out. And I have to subtract 8 on this side. Then I get negative 3x equals negative 13 minus 8. Like I'm minusing another 8. It's like if you lost $13, you lost another $8, and now we've lost $21 altogether. So then we have to get x all by itself, and so I'm going to divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, x equals 21 divided by 3 is 7, and a negative divided by a negative is positive. Final answer of negative 7. So your turn. Today you're doing something a little different. You're going to be finding the mistake. So how many errors can you find? There's more than one. Go to Nearpod and take a minute to figure what those are, and make sure you let me know what should they have done instead. So not only do you have to find the errors, we have to correct them. All right, welcome back. There are a few errors. Some of you noticed that they added 4 on both sides. Was that what they were supposed to do? Right next to this 4, there's no negative sign there, so it's a positive 4. To get rid of a positive 4, they should have subtracted 4 from both sides, not add 4. We didn't want that. So we had to subtract 4 on both sides. The next mistake you might have found, did you see that there's a negative 2? I'll change colors. I guess that goes over. A negative 2x here. Did they put a negative here? No, they forgot. So since they forgot, they divided everything wrong. There should be a negative here and here as well. So that should be a negative 2, and these should be negative 2's. Then the other mistake you might have found was, what is 2 divided by 2? It's not 6, I'll tell you that right now. 2 divided by 2 actually gets you 1. So they would have still solved it wrong, but they should have got that x equals 1. So if you solved this for yourself, you would have had, see, if we subtract 4 from both sides, we would have had negative 2x equals negative 2 minus another 4, negative 6, divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, x equals 3. There you go. Good job. You found all 3. If not, you'll have extra practice later. All right, today we are doing something a little new. You should have done this last year in 7th grade. We're going to add a little more difficulty to it in 8th grade. So you're going to be able to apply the triangle sum theorem. A theorem in math is a math fact that has been proven many times in many different ways, to the point where it always works, it always happens, and so it's just a fact. Just like humans need to breathe oxygen, it's a fact. You don't question it, it's a fact. Okay, so triangle sum theorem states that any triangle, if you add all of their angles on the inside, you add them all up, they add up to 180 degrees. No matter what, no ifs, ands, or buts, always. Doesn't matter how big or small a triangle is, it could be huge. They still add up to 180 degrees. You can have the tiniest little triangle, and it's still 180 degrees. You can have right triangles, 180 degrees. No matter what your triangle looks like, it can look really weird, really funky. As long as it's an actual triangle, it's 180 degrees. No matter what. Always going to be 180 degrees. That never changes. So we're going to set up the problem, and then we're going to solve for what's missing. So here we go. So So remember, it's the triangle sum theorem. So it's the sum of all three of these angles on the inside. So I'm going to add all of these together. So I have 63 plus 42 plus our mystery number. I'm going to make it x equals 180 degrees. Lastly, we need to combine, so not lastly, but now we need to solve for x like we did in the problem of the day. So I'm going to combine these because I can. They don't have x's. I cannot combine these with the x though. These two can't combine with the x because they do not have variables. So this guy's going to stay by itself, and we just want to get x all by itself. So we're going to add 63 plus 42. And that gets us 105. This is all calculator work, guys. Put it in the calculator if you don't know. We don't want to play any guessing games. Plus x equals 180. Lastly, we need to do the opposite of 105. That's a positive 105, so I need to do a negative 105 to get rid of it. And that makes my x all by itself, so I'm going to minus 105. And we get x equals 75. You know you're correct when, if you add all these sides up again, all these angles, you will get 180 degrees. So let's get calculator. And we have 63 plus 42 plus 75. Look at that. We get 180. That checks out. Our math is correct. If you added these three angles and you did not get 180, you did it wrong. You need to try again. All right, let's do another one. These are on your Nearpod. So let's set this up. So remember, we're just going to add everything in there, and no matter what we're setting it equal to, you got it, 180. So then now we're going to add everything that we got. Add everything in there. So now we got 55 plus 100 plus our mystery number. We're going to call it x. You can make it whatever letter you'd like. So let's combine these two. So you have 55. Oops, 155 plus x equals 180. Then I need to subtract 155. Also, your angles should never be negative. You cannot have negative angles. 155. We're left with x equals, what is that? 25? Yep, 25. So our mystery angle is 25. Remember, plug it in the calculator, see if we got it right. 100 plus 55 plus, oops, plus 25. Is it still there? Nope. I guess maybe this one. Okay. 100 plus 55 plus 25 equals, ding, 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 180. We got it. So that one's correct. All right. Last one. So this is kind of what 8th grade math work looks like. This looks a little scary, but it's really not that bad. So we are to set it up exactly how we did it before. Remember, they always equal what? 180. So that's always there. Now we just have to add all the angles. So what angles do we have? We have this one, we have this one, and we have this one. So let's just line them up and add them all together. So we got 1/2 n plus 1/2 n. And then we got plus n. So let's add these halves together so they're not that scary. Half plus half is 1n. And then we got a 1 here. So we got plus 1n equals 180. 1n plus 1n is 2n equals 180. And we're divided by 2, divide by 2, n equals 180 divided by 2 is 90. We're almost done. So n like we got here, so n is 90. And now these two corners, it's 1/2 of n. 1/2 times 90, so 1/2 of 90 is 45. And so this is the same thing, so this is also 45. And that is it. Not that bad, not too scary. Let's do one more for safe measures. These are what are on your homework. These are ones that look the most similar. Okay. So let's get a cool color. We'll go back to blue. No green. Okay. Let's add them all up. They equal what? You got it. 180. And let's add all of these angles together. 71 plus 56 plus mystery number. Let's add 71 and 56. That gets us what? 127 plus x equals 180. Subtract 127. Subtract 127. See, look, I don't know. I'm going to type it in. 180 minus 127 is 53. X equals 53 and we're done. Ta-da! Let me know if you have any questions.